Next up, heading on over to a farm in the grassy countryside, it's Team 6.
What do you call a cow with 2 legs? Lean beef. This is Cow Party Game. We are Team 6. And this is our original game for original game round. So, meet the team.
Hi, I'm Dee. I'm an artist.
I'm Yunhu, I'm a programmer.
I'm Christopher, I'm a programmer.
I'm Yuli, an artist.
I'm Sherry, the producer.
And I'm Kevin, the sound guy.
So, what is Cow Party Game? This is a team-based multiplayer party game where there are 2 teams, aliens and farmers. The aliens must steal all the cows using different abilities, while the farmers must protect all the cows from being stolen by shooting the aliens. Now, cue demo. We spent the first week working on a pitch for a game, and the pitch we eventually settled on was Cow Party Game. The basis of the pitch was that we wanted to defend your cows as a farmer or steal from your friends as aliens. And this core of the game was also a team party game, which is something we've kept consistent through our 2 weeks of development. And you can see on the right here are some original concept art ideas that kind of have shaped and grown as we've developed our game. So, cue development week 1 after we got our pitch chosen. First, we had the abilities, which you mainly saw in the demo. You see the dash, you see jump pads, and you see shooting. These were how made the players basically interact with each other, and we got most of this done in week 1, which is something I'm really proud of.
We also implemented a system of cow abduction. An alien can walk up to a cow and hold right-click to mark it for abduction. Then an abduction UFO will come out of the mothership, traveling in a curved line and settling over the cow. It will then abduct the cow and return to the mothership. At any point, a farmer can shoot down the UFO, freeing the cow and preventing the aliens from scoring that point.
As for player movement, we decided to use the source engine movement, which allows for greater air control and mobility, such as air strafing, and that adds a lot of depth to our movement system.
On the art side, we built further on the character designs of the aliens from the pitches, and I started working on 3D models for 2 of the aliens that we were planning on doing. Additionally, I started on doing animation, basic walk cycles, and idols for the aliens as well as other characters needed in the game.
Oh yeah, this is just some concept art that we took references from, and we really like the mountains in the first one and the skeletons in the one below, and we just wanted to like scatter that across the map. And for when I was arranging the environment, I was really inspired by Zelda made by Nintendo, and I just wanted to like recreate that sense of like seamlessness between like foliage and mountains.
And for our map layout, I took a lot of inspiration from a first-person shooter, team-based shooter called Team Fortress 2, and we used different layouts to cater different interactions between players. And for example, when you first start out as a farmer, you can either go to a shorter but more blinding path, or a longer but more open path, which adds more depth to the interactions between players.
Yeah, this is the map before interns, and I completely scrapped this after feedback.
So, now cue interms. During interms, we got a lot of feedback about making our game more fun, as well as reducing our scope. With this in mind, we started development for week 2.
So for week 2, we got feedback that we're overscoped, and so we cut down from the 5 original aliens planned to only 3 of them. And additionally, I started working on props for the maps.
This is the foliage I created, and also rocks. I also made a triplanar shader that would like change the material based on the orientation of the rock. And I like completely redid all of my assets for the environment because it was too desaturated and too dark. So I tried to make it look more cartoony to fit our game better, and I made like the tree bush. Yeah, and I'm so excited. If you've like seen me or talked to me in like the past 4 weeks, you've like heard the word grass come out of my mouth. I spent like 3 days on this grass, and I love my grass so much. Sorry. Yeah, basically I made it so like the color of the grass would blend with the terrain using a shader graph, and that would like make it look really seamless and look like the grass was like coming out of the ground itself and like just like the same object. And I also made it so like it would wave in the wind, as you can see here, and like shadows would like be able to cast on the grass, and also like there would be light on the grass and like dapple kind of. Sorry. Oh yeah, and this is like some close-ups of the map I created, and yeah, I just like really sorry. Yeah, I think it's really beautiful because like you can see the way the sun is like dappling on the ground, and also like the grass. Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah, this is the post-processing I applied, so this is the before, and this is the after. So basically, I added like an orange bloom to make it look more summery, and yeah, I think it looks really good. And this is the final game map without post-processing, but as you can see, like I really changed the color scheme and like the general feel. I wanted to go for like a lighter green color and like with yellow undertones, yeah. Oh yeah, this is the final game menu that I rearranged, and also I used Viewling's assets, and I also applied post-processing so it looked like it would be like a sunset, and yeah.
So since we got a lot of feedback about making our game more fun, a way we decided to build on this feedback was we wanted to make the game a lot more responsive by incorporating visual effects. So what you see here is basically an on-hit effect, a cow being abducted, a hit effect when you explode the UFO, and there's also a bunch more effects such as stunning, which you haven't seen in a demo, and etc. This gives the game a lot more responsiveness and kind of makes the game a lot more fun, as some of the feedback we got in the demo was that it adapted to the best ability that they had seen.
We also implemented a system of player respawning. When a player loses all their health, their camera switches to a kill cam, where for a short time they watch the player that killed them. After that time, they will respawn at the spawn point that is closest to the average position of all the cows. The wait time ensures that players are not incentivized to die, but they're also not out of the fight because they will respawn.
As of the menu, we decided on a 3D menu once again, and we used animations and a mix between shaders and animations to create a more poppy sort of effects on the menu.
Yeah, for the title screen, I tried to make like a 2000s malware, like very poppy, very saturated colors, as well as like very bold text to emphasize, direct the player's eyes to where to look.
Now, on the composition side, there is separate tracks for start and lobby, and both of them are jazz, though the start track has a slightly less rhythmic bass, while the actual lobby has a more rhythmic bass to build more tension. Elaborating on that, there is also a game track, and that is a completely different vibe. It is a dance pop game track, and it uses drums instead of bass to give a sense of rhythm and also introduce the player to the tension of the game. Next, we also have the win and lose tracks, which do not actually, it just provide encouragement to the player, like, you lost, you can try again. It's a party game, it's not like a ranked leaderboard game. And next, we also have sound effects. They're either exaggerated or very subtle. For example, there is the jazz sound effect you just heard, and at the end, there is a fireball sound. And for the UFO abduction, there is also a very high peak at the start, and this is in order to indicate that if ability has started or ability has ended, and also to provide satisfaction to the player. And there is also some subtle ambience. For example, there is the hay bale, UI clicks, and also cow mooing, which all provide some feedback to the player that they are doing something. And next, we also have some voice lines to be exact 5, and they have 46 variations, and they play when the player gets killed or kills somebody, but only occasionally, because we don't want to spam the player with too much information. And there's also some hurt effects when the player gets shot, but not too many, because you get shot quite a bit in this game, as with Team Fortress 2. And so we don't want to spam the player with too much information. That's the spell.
Thank you. What does towel call a towel for? Like a towel.